when you learn more about yourself and you understand it, then you can actually think about what you're doing.
The Enneagram really challenges you to relate to yourself.
Yes, we're different, but they bring a strength to the world that I can't bring.
Welcome to another episode of the Enneaways podcast. I am Zach, a co-host with my wife Laura, who is a co-host and a certified Enneagram coach.
Hello, everybody. We're excited to be back for episode 3.
We are. And the thing that we were thinking about with all these different episodes, in the first episode, we kind of gave you a little bit of an introduction, told you about us and who we are with the Enneagram. The next episode, the last one if you missed it, is about all 9 types. And we kind of run through that and give you a little bit of more of an introduction. But for this episode, we feel like we want to talk about why we love the Enneagram so much. So let's jump right into our lightning round questions.
Yes. Okay. So I came up with 2 questions and Zach came up with 2 questions today. So we don't know each other's questions. So Zach, if you could have any career that you wanted, it doesn't matter how much money, and doesn't matter your lifestyle, what would you choose?
Oh my goodness, this is a hard one because I honestly would choose something where it could just make me money while I sleep.
Oh.
So then that way I could be with you guys as much as I wanted. I'd have a flexible schedule.
That's a lot of together time.
Yeah, I know. But it would just be like, I don't know.
Stocks.
And stocks, automated business, you name it, and then I could be free to do whatever. And if you're telling me that I can make an unlimited amount of income, well, okay. Then I'll hang out all day.
There you go.
That would get boring though. I know.
Yeah, I'm like, would you like that? I don't know.
Yeah, what about you?
I would do something where I could ski year round.
Mm-hmm.
So that means us moving though. But skiing, but I don't want to be an instructor.
Okay.
But I don't want to be a professional skier, but I just want to have fun skiing.
Maybe you be a demo person who, I don't even know if that is a job where you get to try
out skis.
Yeah. And then that way
I
you can recommend skis to people.
Yeah.
These are better for carving. This is better for your speed. This is better for downhill jumps, whatever.
Ooh, yeah. My dad's going to like this episode.
I know. I figured.
Okay, what's one of your questions?
Name a song that instantly gets you in a good mood to start dancing in the car or whatever.
Well, currently I really love Man I Need by Olivia Dean.
Oh, that's a good one right now.
I've loved that for a while, but I'm trying to think of like an oldie but goodie. I think that how will I know you really love me?
Who sings that one?
Whitney Houston, but it's like that new remix.
Kygo guy that does it.
Yeah. I like that one a lot.
I would say Party Rock Anthem.
Oh,
that puts me in a good mood.
Oh, yeah. And that gives me flashbacks of you doing your little
dance
jig.
Yeah, in the club.
I love it.
Yeah. No, I just put that onto a video that I'd recently done, and I'm like, this makes me feel good.
So
always.
If you heard that song, could you stay seated?
No. I'd probably get up and start dancing. And actually,
no matter the crowd?
Well, like, what are we talking about here?
I don't know. I'm thinking of like being around in church or something.
Well, yeah, I could get up and dance around like that. I'm thinking like wedding, because you and I are known for being on the dance floor quite a bit at weddings. So
yeah, I'm excited. We have an upcoming wedding in May.
Yeah, if you want.
I don't think people know that I'm not going to be talking to them, so they better have a date because I will be on the dance floor. All right. Okay, my next question is, what's one small thing that instantly makes your day better?
Coffee. 100%.
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning, it's just the smell, it's hot, it's warm. Even my mom is someone who says she feels bad for my dad because he doesn't have that morning ritual that us coffee drinkers have, where you wake up and you just have something to sip on and enjoy. What about you, Laura? What's the one thing that instantly puts you in the good mood?
I'm pretty sure I'd say coffee too.
Yeah.
Because it's the first thing you're going to do. It's a habit that wakes you up. It's warm. It's nostalgic.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a bonding thing.
It is. I feel like I associate it with like quiet time and getting ready for the day. So that's what I would say. I was between that and something outdoorsy.
Yeah.
Because I love being outside. Like a walk puts me in a good mood too.
Yeah.
or a fun song, but I think it's got to be coffee.
Okay.
So we'd love to hear from you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to let us know one small thing that instantly makes your day better, would love to hear it. Email me at feelingtypey, so it's typey @gmail.com.
Yeah. And then if you have a lightning round question too.
Feature it on our podcast.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We would, 100%. So let's do that.
Okay. Do you have one more question?
Yeah, I do. So last question here for the lightning round. What's something you pretend to hate, but you would secretly binge watch when nobody's looking?
I'm not really a pretender.
Yeah.
So nothing.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with what I watch.
Yeah.
I watched Age of Attraction.
On Netflix, yeah.
I watched The Bachelor. I watched Love is Blind. Are those good influence shows? No. But I'm not going to lie and say I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
That's just not me. What about you? Do you feel like you would do that?
Yeah, I'd do that with friends.
Oh, you say you're not going to watch it?
I'd pretend to be like, oh, that's not even a funny show.
Oh,
and then
really?
I actually enjoyed it. For the longest time, I had never seen Friends, and I just saw all the hate that it gets sometimes through memes that I see.
Mm-hmm.
And so then when we watched it together, then it kind of became a little bit of a comfort show. So I would watch it in secret, not tell anybody that I was watching it.
But what I like about this question is it shows a little insight into our personality. So
it does.
Perfect segue.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay, why we love the Enneagram. I just wanted to do one podcast episode on this because I just felt like we need to share why, out of all the personality typing systems, why, we fell in love with, I got obsessed with this specific one. So the reason I love the Enneagram, and I'd love to hear, Zach, what you think as well, but it's a growth tool that once you identify which type you resonate most with, whether it's doing an online test and you see your results and you read it and you're like, that sounds like me, like how Zach said for him. Or if it's a long journey where you find one, it's not quite you keep looking for it, do your own research and find one that you resonate with more, or you do a in-person or virtual typing session with a certified coach like me, if you want to do it, where I ask questions specific to you and we can talk through the details so you can really dive into the deep stuff in your personality and the why behind why you do things. I just think then once you find the type out of the 9 types you resonate the most with, it's not just like, oh, that's it, I'm a 7. Or like, oh, haha, that's so funny, that's so me. I mean, and those are moments that we all have, which are fun to have and relate to other people who are like you. But I love it because then after you find your type, if you want to, there are so many more ways to grow through it. If you're wanting to look to grow and access your resource points, which each number has 2 different resource points, or learn more about your wings, or just learning more about your type and what the common challenges may be and strengths that you bring. Yeah. I think it just helps you dig in deeper to your own self-awareness, which really helps personal growth. It's helped me. And I also love it because it gives you a way to understand other people more empathetically and understand we're different, but they bring a strength to the world that I can't bring. And we need all 9 types. We need all of our differences. So that's why I love it. What would you say, Zach?
I was going to chime in and say almost the exact same thing that you were going to say. I feel like there are times in our life where we like to grow and learn. I think whether it's a spiritual journey, whether it's a career journey, whatever you're looking to move on to your next great thing or something that you're passionate about or something that you've been called to do. That, to me, is where the Enneagram plays a really good part. Like, I remember back when I took the Enneagram test online and then just read through the entire, like, synopsis about who I was like, oh my goodness. Like, has it been spying on me my entire life? Or, like, how does it know so well? It also was enlightening in a lot of ways because it showed the areas that I thought, okay, that's just a me thing, like a Zach Miller thing.
Yeah.
But other nines are like me and can function that way. But then as you dig deeper, and you mentioned this a little bit, it's like you can find that even though I'm a 9, your cousin's a 9, we're not the same 9, and it might be because of the different stacks and whatnot.
Yeah.
Also, I love that the numbers are interconnected too.
Yeah.
So it's like if I choose to be a certain way and I go to a certain number, then what is that telling me? And it's, I feel like it's how I can relate to a 6 or a 3 because that's where I go.
Yes.
So I love the 6s in my life and I love the 3s that I come in contact with, but it's so interesting how when you look at the diagram, it looks like a multi-pointed triangle, whatever shape you want to call it. But if you look close, it's like all those numbers are interconnecting with each other. And that's a cool thing too.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's when you get those aha moments that make you realize, oh, I'm not alone. I feel seen and understood. And this is the way I was meant to, like, God made us all differently with different personalities. And how cool is that?
Yeah.
And to be like, these are my strengths, but these are also things I struggle with. And so being able, you have to be in the right mindset to do this kind of work because it's not always easy it's a little cringy when you read the things about your type that they struggle with. Actually, I've heard a lot from other podcasts or reading about it, but a lot of times people find their type when they start looking into the like growth edges, weaknesses of their type because it makes you a little squirmy.
Yeah.
Whereas, I mean, you can see like Zach has personality traits of, let's say, the 2 and
I like being a helper.
Yeah. And I have personality traits of some of the 8, some of the 3. And so we all have, like, you can pull from other types. You can see yourself in other numbers. But it's really when you get down to the nitty gritty of it's really the core motivation that you resonate deeply with. But when you see what each type maybe struggles with, I think that can be a way where you're like, I feel like I'm leaning towards this. And I do feel it is very helpful. This is not just a plug for, my business, but I do find it very helpful to talk to someone else who knows the Enneagram, knows the types well, and can help tease it out with you, because I needed that for myself too, because you almost feel like it's weird to analyze yourself when you've always been you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're looking at yourself from an outside lens. It's kind of a strange thing to do if you've never done it before.
But then you could also say, okay, so now where do I want to go with this?
Yes.
Which is exactly what you can do with the Enneagram.
Yeah. You can go as deep as you want to with this.
Yeah.
It can be a simple, I'm like that character on Friends. My type's like hers, and that's funny. Or you can really dive in, and there's so much like there's information resources out there. There's devotionals. So if you want it to be kind of helpful in your spiritual walk, there's devotionals, but there's also just helpful books that are about it, podcasts. Like it's been a thing for a long time. And I'm just happening upon it years later. But so I kind of wanted to see, Zach, if you would share with everybody, what are some aha moments that you have had learning more about your type as a type 9?
Yeah, I think that being the 9, the peacemaker, if you're still unfamiliar with the Enneagram, is an aha moment for me was how much I can let like the sloth characteristics dig into my life, my work life, my personal life. And that, to me, when I found out that was basically like my deadly sin or whatever, vice, it was seeing that. I would also say, you mentioned the devotional, and that really helped me grow as a 9 on like certain things that I could look out for. And so I think that there were a lot of things that resonated in that devotional that I'm like, oh my goodness. Again, here I thought it was just me, but other people go through those exact same things. So, yeah, I would say those are 2 of the big ones. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, but a 9 can also see all the other types, right? Or see from the other types.
You can you merge.
Merging.
Yeah.
And what's so funny is that my friends would always be like, "Oh, you're such a chameleon." And I thought, "Oh, well, that's just who I am as a person. I was made that way. My dad and I were both, we can go with the flow." My dad's not a 9, but
come to find out.
Yeah, come to find out. But those were some, I think, of the aha moments that I experienced.
Well, I do want to just put a plug in the devotional you were talking about. If anyone's interested in that, maybe we can like put that link up on my website or something.
Yeah, we should.
But I think it was Elizabeth Bennett. Does that name sound right?
That name sounds familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to look into that, it is great. It's a little book for each type. So I bought a type 8 one, a type 3.
We have a whole
and
collection
I do have
them.
a 7, so we have quite a few. But my aha moment, so again, for anyone jumping into this episode that maybe hasn't listened to the others, I'm a 7, which is the enthusiast or adventurer. So my core motivation is to move from the negative to the positive. So what I feel like I've learned, a few things I've learned that have been like, awakening for me or life-changing in a way, is realizing that the positivity I bring in that lens is definitely a strength. But sometimes when people are going through a hard time or maybe just having a bad day, they just need someone to listen to them and not reframe it for them. So though I naturally want to reframe it because I don't like being in that space.
Right.
I have learned and still am working on, because it's not easy to change how you naturally are.
Not at all.
It takes time. But to just sit in that moment with them and be like, that sounds really hard. Because I do see myself as someone who wants to like fix or help, try to see the bright side of things. Sometimes people don't need that. And so for me to be able to discern, when can I turn that reframing on and when do I need to dial it down like a radio station? I feel like we need to tune ourselves. And
yeah, absolutely.
So that would be one thing. And then another is just the realization that a 7 like always needs stimulation and they don't like being bored. And that is so true for me. It's like painful for me to be bored. But to realize that and know that, like, I feel like, yeah, okay. But I always thought everyone didn't like being bored. No. But some people like to just be chill and hang. And I don't. And for me to know that about myself has been helpful to check in with myself. Why am I fighting this boredom right now? Is it because I don't want to sit and think about something because there's something hard going on in my life? Right. Is it I'm trying to control something and I have fear and anxiety deep down that I haven't confronted because I never thought that was a thing for me? But, it's finding out like the core emotion of a 7 and the other head types, which we'll get into later, is fear and anxiety. And that was big for me too, because I thought, I don't struggle with that. And then I'm like, but the way I control and plan and all that, and Zach's smiling because he knows I do that, is a way for me to combat feeling anxious about the unknown, I think.
Right. Like, what are we doing this weekend?
Yeah. I need to know. I need to plan it. But so I think just even hearing what Zach said about his awarenesses and mine, it's when you learn more about yourself and you understand it, then you can actually think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
In the moment, you can reflect and check in with yourself. Like, you know, you mentioned the sloth, like, be like, why am I being a sloth? What am I avoiding in that way for you?
Right.
And for me, it's why am I always going? What am I avoiding?
Yeah.
And maybe we're both not avoiding anything. Maybe you just want to chill for a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe I just want to go have fun. And nothing's wrong with that.
Absolutely.
But to be able to make sure you're not avoiding like something deep down, some emotion that's hard to handle, etc.
And I would say, too, with the Enneagram, I feel like most other personality tests kind of teach you how you can relate to others and whatnot. The Enneagram really challenges you to relate to yourself.
Yes. Yep.
And it's you're constantly inward. It's great to kind of go around the horn and, you know, be like, oh, okay, I know that I really get along with 8s, or I really get along with 4s, or what have you.
Yeah.
But I think knowing who you are, relating to that person, and also not being quick to throw somebody else in the box, too.
Exactly.
Like, that's the Enneagram totally chooses to not do that. Like, you're not supposed to just go out and
you're
pick somebody
blah,
off.
blah, blah.
Right.
No, that's their own self-discovery.
Yes.
So I 100% agree. Though it's fun.
It is fun.
To be like, oh, I think they're this type. That's not the point.
No.
It's to work on yourself.
Yeah.
And then hopefully they want to too. It's like the cool thing. So I feel like, hey, if you don't know your Enneagram type and you want to know more about it, please reach out.
Yeah.
And I even have a free 15-minute meeting session with you. I can kind of describe what a typing session would be if you're interested in doing it that route where you talk to someone about it.
Yeah.
You know, some of the questions I ask, an example is, how easy or difficult is conflict for you? And so if I ask Zach, hey, if you had to deal with conflict straight on, avoid at all costs, or you'll deal with it if you don't have to, what would you say?
Avoid it at all costs.
Okay.
I'm running out of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another question is, how important is knowledge to you as a means to feeling safe in the world? On a scale of 1 to 5, what would you say, Zach?
About a 4.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
5
you said 1 to 5?
resonate the most with.
Oh, I was going to say 2.
Okay.
So
it's a little lower for him.
Yeah.
So that's kind of very quick example, but there's basically a few questions per each 9 type, and I'm kind of rating and ranking and figuring out which you resonate most with, and then at the end we kind of compare the top types, and then you have more awareness and can go from there on your journey. So we just wanted to kind of tell you why we love the Enneagram, and we hope to have you tune in next week for the start of our body type series. Yep. So it's the 8, 9, and 1, and we'll talk about what that means to be a body type. So next week, tune in. We're going to start with the 8s and explain more about the centers. So we can't wait.
And if you want to like or follow us anywhere, we are on Instagram. We've got the Anyways podcast. That's where you can follow us. And also you can email Laura anytime at feelingtypey@gmail.com.
Yes. So keep shining your light, friends. Until next time.